Hey guys, Fukunosmeister here with Android Police. It's been almost 2 months since the initial release of Android P, and I've been rocking it on my Google Pixel since then, so I'm quite familiar with almost, if not all, the new goodies. That is why I'm going to show you the 5 best new features found within Android P. Let's start it off with the biggest and most obvious change, the new and restyled interface. Everything is round. The notifications, quick settings toggles, the icons within the settings, search bars, the transparent dock on the Pixel launcher, and more. Some people like it, others hate it. I don't mind it too much, but I will say that it does feel like some third-party theme downloaded from the Play Store. For example, it looks very similar to a Substrium theme called Flux White. Along with rounding everything, Google continues its efforts to provide basic dark and light theming depending on the device's current wallpaper. Things like quick setting toggles, app drawer, dock, volume interface, and Google Feed panel are all affected by the color of your wallpaper. But I would have also liked to see a dark theme for the notification cards, settings, and Google Cards for a bit more consistency. Hopefully in the next release they can make it happen. And lastly, the time in the status bar is not to the left. The next new and obvious change is the Pixel launcher. To start, the app drawer has dropped the gradient background featured in Oreo. It's replaced by a semi-transparent shelf with a shadow effect, which also stays put when you long press on the wallpaper. There's also a microphone in the search bar to launch Voice Assistant, and the page/scroll indicator is now tucked within the shaded dock. And if you have Android for work, then you will have 2 separate apps in the app drawer, one for personal apps and the other for work apps. These aren't huge changes, but I do appreciate the tiny details that Google has added in. If you want to try it out, then you can download Rootless Pixel 2 Launcher by Fafum. It provides you with the same experience and has even more options for customization. I'll drop a link right below that like button. The coolest thing in this update though is the volume controls. They've now been moved to the position of the volume rocker at the side of the screen, just like the power menu in Android 8.1. There's also a second square beneath the volume slider, and tapping on it will cycle between the different ringer modes, ring, vibrate, and mute. If you tap on the arrows, a menu will slide out and let you quickly view your connected Bluetooth devices or connect or disconnect them. I also want to mention that with this update, the volume buttons now control the media volume by default and not the ringer volume as in previous versions of Android. You can still configure individual volume levels in the sound settings, which can be easily opened by long pressing on the second square beneath the slider, but in my opinion the 3 modes are enough for most of us anyways. Lastly, the power menu now has a new button named Screenshot, which if you haven't guessed, takes screenshots. You can still take one by holding the power and volume buttons down at the same time though, just in case if you were wondering. And before I move on to the next topic, there is a 4th button in the power menu that you can enable in the settings under lock screen preferences called Lockdown. This is meant to temporarily enhance security during specific circumstances by preventing fingerprint based access, as that can sometimes be compelled without a warrant. The only sign-in method that will be accepted is a PIN, password, or pattern. Once you unlock it, everything will go back to normal. Jumping into the settings, you'll notice that the icons to the side of each category are now colorful. I believe they did this to add more visual differentiation between each block of text, but this is another controversial move. The menus themselves still look the same, but there are a couple new features and modifications that were slipped in. Starting with the developer options, there's a new setting called Feature Flags, which holds a list of experimental features, sort of like Chrome's hidden flag menu, but less descriptive. Most of them were already enabled by default, but there are a few that weren't. The one labeled Settings About Phone V2 gives you a different looking interface when you hop into the About Phone menu, and the one labeled Settings Bluetooth While Driving automatically enables Bluetooth while you're driving. It's not clear what every single one does, but if you want to know what most of them do, then I'll drop a link to an article explaining them. Under the Wi-Fi settings, you can now meter a Wi-Fi network much easier instead of having to find it within the data saver settings. Do Not Disturb mode has once again been modified, and this time it's simpler. When you toggle it in the quick settings, it now only performs the old default action for duration selection. Pressing the volume down key no longer enables it. Within settings, you still have similar configurations, but rule-based differences are no longer possible. In the battery section, it no longer has per app battery usage data, but you can access them within the developer options under See Android 8.0 battery settings, which is a bit weird, and battery saver can now be scheduled to automatically turn on from anywhere between 5% and 70% battery instead of 5% to 15%. In the notification settings, you can now easily track which of your apps have recently sent notifications. 3 new themes have appeared within the display section, which slap a virtual notch at the top of your screen. There's no longer a system UI tuner. You cannot change the strength of the touch vibration and turn off the vibration in general when you receive a phone call or notification within the accessibility settings. The Easter egg is extremely colorful, trippy, and changes colors each time you open it. That's all I got for the features within the settings. Lastly, within this huge update, there's plenty of smaller features and modifications that you may find useful, so I'm just going to do a speed run of all the ones I found. Starting with the screenshots, you can now mark them up, but that only works on the Pixel 2 and 2 XL. And there are even some sweet new transition animations when you switch apps or switch an activity. When you don't have auto rotate enabled and you turn the device to landscape or portrait, a small button will show up in the navigation bar offering to change the rotation. Text selection also shows a more precise zoom lens. The unlock pattern now fades out as you swipe. The nightlight tile now tells you when it will turn on if you have a schedule for it. Ambient display now sends your notifications and shows you your current battery percentage towards the bottom. You have charging sounds. The alarm tile shows you upcoming alarms. Adaptive brightness animates the quick setting slider as it changes. And lastly, the USB menu is now a full-fledged menu instead of a pop-up when you connect your device to your desktop. These are the 5 best new features for Android P. This is just the first release, so keep in mind that all of these features can change or be removed in a future update. I also don't recommend using this as your main driver just yet because you do have a high chance of experiencing bugs and force closes. But if you like to live life on the edge and happen to have a Pixel or Pixel 2 lying around, then I'll drop a link right below the like button to download and flash the image, as you won't be able to conveniently sign up for the beta program just yet. Either way, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a huge thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you think Android P will be named. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.